For sure. I got my phone right here. Have you heard of this guy named Emmanuel Acho?
Now, what's up with him?
Well, we're gonna get the clip rolling from Van Lathan, right?
Of course.
Well, he had this Nigerian sportscaster on his platform, and he said some things that, for one of the rare occasions I seen black people across different countries, nationalities, and regions come together like Voltron to pack this nigga the fuck up out of here. And played this clip from this comfortable Negro who felt the need to make such egregious statements with irregard of
when white people
reading the room. So let's go and play it.
say, well, racism doesn't exist. I know why they say that, because I've been in them rooms when they saying that. When I kick it with black people and they're like, all white people are racist. I know why you're saying that. All the while, I have the privilege and luxury of not having generational trauma because my parents were born in Nigeria. So man, my method is removing some of the sting because I don't have that sting, and trying to deliver a message in a manner that people can receive it.
Okay. Let me tell you why what you just said offends me.
Okay.
All right. You saying that you don't have generational trauma, and you didn't mean it this way, but the reason, and it's, I have to name it, you saying that you don't have any generational trauma in some way meaning, or that in some way meaning that your delivery method to white people is going to be either more effective or more sanitized is, to me, dangerous. And let me tell you why. Everybody that you just named and what you're talking about does what they do in different ways. I don't think that any of the things that they do are necessarily harmful. But what I could say is a black man, a prominent one, acting as an emotional butler for white people and serving them the most milquetoast, unspicy, unseasoned brand of racial discourse and accountability possible could definitely be harmful. Like, we're fighting for our lives. And to me, having a conversation like that at that particular time, it's not that it's a different method. Everybody has a different method. Is that it's the wrong method, is that it gives cover for.
So my issue is that what he pretty much was saying is that, salute, we got Ruger Ronnie in the building, man. Salute Ruger Ronnie in the building, my nigga. Happy she's in here.
Hey, shout out to a Star Report legend.
Real nigga in the building, man.
Shout out to Ronnie.
But it's like, I'm really taken back in this nigga saying because he isn't from America, or that because he didn't experience slavery, like his people weren't colonized and beaten to submission in Nigeria to come over to America. I feel like, why do you feel like you can ease the blow for white people? Why do you feel like you're the spokesperson for black relations with white people, and you're just a coon, man? You just come here to make white people feel safe, dude. Like, you don't know anything about Black America. You come over here and cosplay Black Americans and get in certain positions around white folks, and now you feel like you can uh um be the mammy whisperer, or be the nigga whisperer or something. Like, what? Like, who do you think type of coon vetting system you got past to where you feel like you can be the spokesperson for black people? And I appreciate the diaspora for whooping his ass and really getting him right, to remind him that he's a goofy ass coon.
You know, this is just an example of a nigga who really hates himself deep down on the inside, right?
I mean, of course. And I'm sending J Doug a clip of Marcellus Wiley, his former co-host, who he said snaked him out of the current job that he has. So
I left off. What did the guy say in just? I'm sorry.
Which one, Emmanuel?
This is the guy who's saying that he can talk to white people better than black people American can.
Yeah. He said that. You could play it one more time or play the part where he mentioned saying that, because he takes the sting out of conversations when he talks race relations with white people. He takes the sting out of it so that
because I don't have that sting, and trying to deliver a message because my parents were born in Nigeria. So man, my method is removing some of the sting because I don't have that sting, and trying to deliver a message in a manner that people can receive it.
Okay.
What do you mean removing the sting? Like, that's what I'm talking about. Why do you feel the need to go out of your way to make white people feel comfortable about the racism and genocide they participated in? And why are you proud? No, you say when you have race relations conversations, because your parents were born in Nigeria and you're Nigerian, not Black American, you can take the sting out of racist or race dynamic conversation with white people in order to make them feel more comfortable and understanding with the plight of something you don't even know or represent. What? You just stated that you don't come from anything that has to do with the racial dynamics in America, yet because you don't come from that, you are the expert go-to guy on it, because you don't come from it, so you don't have a perspective that is valuable enough to even hear from. But you disqualified yourself and made yourself the most qualified person to have a discussion in the same 15 seconds. How does that work? You know, because I have no experience in being a woman, I think I have the most expertise on how it is to be a woman, seeing that I can take the sting of being a woman. That's what the fuck he just said. But go ahead.
Well, I didn't look at it like that, and maybe I'm looking at it wrong, because he didn't say what he was saying when he talking to white people. He's saying he could be saying what you want him to say.
But what does that mean, man? What does that mean, J-Dub?
That means saying the same thing that a foundational Black American would say without the anger. See, we have a personal attachment when we talk to white people. So it's like, yo, you did my ancestor wrong. So hear me out. So when this non-FBA come and say, yo, listen, let me talk for this nigga. Let me talk.
No. That's trash. Boo.
Hold on, kill. Let him land his plane. Let him get his point across. We're gonna slide the mic to you. We're gonna pass to the left like a backwood. We continue the conversation. J-Dub, go ahead, because I want to cook too, and I'm about to take a shot because I know I'm about to cook. Go ahead.
I'm saying that if he's fin to speak the message of what Black FBA want to hear, I don't see a problem with him talking to a white person without the anger. That's what he mean when he say the sting is the anger.
Who told him he was a spokesperson on race relations in America?
Well,
let me ask you a question. Can I be the spokesperson in Uganda for race relations with Whitey? No. They're going to say, yes. Why? No, I can't, because I'm not from Uganda. So why can I go over there, have a baby with a Black American over here, move to Uganda, raise that little nicklet up for 20-something years so he can go speak on race relations in Uganda? He's out of pocket, and there's no way the Ugandan natives will let anybody from outside of Uganda, especially the extreme tribalism they practice in Africa, we can look alike, because we're not from the same tribe or country. Now we are ops. You think I can come from a whole nother continent and speak on race relations in Uganda or the Republic of Congo? Hell no. So why would we allow a Nigerian to be not only a Nigerian, a first generation Nigerian to come over here and usurp all the Black Americans who have generational trauma to be the spokesperson on this country's race relations, seeing that you have not came anywhere from it? If not only that, the only reason why you have the sting taken out of your commentary is because you are a direct beneficiary of the race relations between Black and whites in America. Of course you don't have the sting. You're a direct benefit of the blood my ancestors laid down on this soil. So why would you have a sting for something that you and your family came from the mud huts to the brick walls and the nice cement sidewalks and the first world benefits that him and his family got off of? Why would he have the sting? Where would this thing come from when you're living better than the generations of trauma that you have escaped Nigeria from, sir?
You want me to give you the example of the Sting and somewhere you can relate to in FBA culture?
If you've been,
Let me show
go
you.
ahead.
Let me show you the way Dame Dash talked to people and the way Jay-Z talked to people. When Jay-Z get in that room with white people, he's not on the mic. You know how y'all done seen Jay-Z talk to white people. And y'all seen Dame Dash come in the room and
why the fuck do y'all always bring Hova up? What
Thank
the
you.
fuck?
You got a round of
God
applause. But I'm showing you
damn.
what the man mean when he mean take the scene.
My God.
I want to communicate
Leave Jay-Z out of it for
because
once.
he
What
know how to move
the
in a room full of vultures.
This is why they view black people as low intelligent coons right here, because when we want to bring up race relations and social economic issues, right, and political science issues, the first people we go to reference to are entertainers. Same thing Malcolm X said. They don't look at the white community. They don't look at Frank Sinatra as a
What the
spokesperson
fuck?
for white people. They don't look at Jackie Chan as a spokesperson for Chinese people.
Mhm.
But anytime we have to grab a black person as a barometer of how we should act around white people, the first person we grab is an entertainer. That's exactly what Malcolm X's issue is with how they position people in black community. That's the exact issue that I have, that the fact that Emmanuel Acho can feel like he can be the spokesperson of black people for the fact that we think Jay-Z is the spokesperson. So why can't Emmanuel Acho be the spokesperson? Since this is a wild, wild west, we have no barometer standard or a regulation on who can actually have the credentials to speak for black people if the first people we're grabbing are the entertainers and the buffer tether class.
Well, I'm not saying he should be the first to speak, but I'm giving the example of taking the sting out. It's just another example. We can go here.
Go ahead.
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King was more effective. Why? Because his conversation had less steam. Than Malcolm X. So white people choose to listen to Martin Luther King. Why? Because he took the what?
No, that is not what it was. Oh, can I talk now? Hello.
Another shot. I'm sorry. We've been taking up the mic. Killer, you got it. Hold on.
Talking about the message though.
Before I give the mic to you, let me go ahead. Hey, salute. This is Give Curse Podcast, Perspectives Facts Podcast, mashup, live and on Point Network. Me and Killer Perez bring you the Monday night real rap raw, real nigga shit from Brooklyn to Duval County. We bring it to you.
Shout out to Ho. Shout
out to George Clooney. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Brooklyn. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We drinking that fine liquor right now tonight. And Ronnie in the building. Ronnie, this is my guy, the third person on screen.
Salute to Ronnie. Oh, wait. Am I on the right thing? Yep. Shout out to Ronnie.
Ronnie is J-Dub over here. Ronnie, you know I fuck with you. Slap you in here. Advo, you in here in this motherfucker too, Advo. If you want to tap in, maybe if we can stand you and you can actually stay on topic, feel free to tap in. But I want to give the mic to Killer Perez because I know Killer Perez wants to take a bite at this situation.
The fact that this nigga always says my last name is hilarious. It's like,
you know, pot the police. You know, I won't fall too far for the show. Sorry. I be dry snitching. I don't even know. I'm sorry.
Just Killer is fine, you guys. Okay. Look. Honestly, my Killer gang know how I feel about this whole subject. I'm very I laugh at all of you niggas when y'all get all riled up over this shit. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, y'all niggas be mad and my ancestors and my... I mean, I get it. You feel me? But look, let me give the people's perspective. I don't want to sound ignorant, right?
My family got beat in the diners over waffles. I'm sorry. I'm mixed.
You know what I mean? My dad Puerto Rican, my mom black. She's mixed with Jamaican and black, and my dad Puerto Rican, right? So look. Growing up,
hold on, slow it down. I'm gonna let you continue. Just to Where are you from? Just get your lineage correct.
Mhm.
Your mom's Puerto Rican.
No,
And
my dad is.
oh, so you're non-FBA.
My dad is Puerto Rican from
So
San Juan, Puerto Rico.
okay. And
Mhm.
your mom is
Black.
black from where?
Jamaican, black.
Okay, so
America.
I don't know. I don't know. You said Jamaican first. I'm just trying to see if you
Because
FBA, you
because that's
non-FBA,
her
you half
lineage.
FBA.
That is her lineage.
You
That
got
is. So
listen,
yeah.
listen. On behalf of the FBA community, I gotta check
You're
the
an
paperwork
asshole.
so we can have perspective on the conversation. Just because we check the paperwork doesn't mean what your word is null and void. It's just to ask.
Well, my last name is Perez. Hello. Obviously,
Listen,
my father
okay,
is Puerto Rican.
okay. I just want to add some context to your position so we can have a better
Mhm. Well,
understanding.
let me finish. Let me give them perspective because
Yes,
I grew
ma'am.
up in Brooklyn. I grew up in Brooklyn. I grew up in a predominantly black neighborhood, and I was the lightest person around. And I was never black enough for the black people, and I was never Spanish enough for the Spanish people. So I grew up at the, like 14, 15, I'm like, fuck everybody. I'm human and I identify as human. So I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm black. I'm Spanish. I'm Latina. I'm Boricua. I'm this. I'm that. Bitch, I don't give a fuck about none of that because the reality is God don't give a fuck about none of it. Hello. We are all human at the end of the day, and God deal with you all according to your heart. He don't deal with you according to what the fuck you are.
Well, so I appreciate you giving me that 23 and me rundown,
Shut the
but
fuck up.
but I want to know what you think about you were saying something about niggas be getting all riled up and shit and be getting
Because y'all do, and majority of the ones who get riled up don't even like the fact that they're black. They don't even love their blackness.
good
They're
point. So,
hypocrites.
first
They're
of all,
hypocrites.
Avo, I put you in timeout because you was talking a little reckless, and I don't appreciate you talking reckless, so we had to put you in timeout. If you want to call in and get your act together, feel free to call in, but don't be just saying wild shit in the live chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna address what he said. I'm just letting him know that I seen it. That's why I put him in timeout. So if you would like to call in or at least learn how to move in the parameters of the show, then feel free. But so honestly, it's not the fact that niggas get all up in arms. It's the fact that when it comes to black Americans, right? My people, right? We've literally fought for everything in this country. If we didn't fight like hell every day of the goddamn week since colonialism and all that shit, we would be in the same position as every other black demographic on the face of the earth. If you keep it a buck, black Americans may be the only black demographic on the face of this planet that have achieved the things we've achieved and have the type of status and influence on world culture the way we do.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. I agree with all your points.
so,
I
so hold on.
agree. But who gives a fuck? What the fuck does that matter at the end of the day, motherfucker? When
It
you
matters.
die, you
It
die.
matters.
What
No,
does your soul look like? What the fuck does your soul look like?
but what I'm saying is it matters because when you want to talk about soul, unlike a lot of people where you say, oh, look, my mom's from Puerto Rican or my mom's people are from Jamaica, you can go to those places and see your grandparents and do this and do that. But at a certain extent, you got to understand with us black Americans, they try to say we're from Africa. They don't want to tell us that this is our homeland. A lot of us don't understand that this is our home. We have to claim this. And once we understand that we claim this, then we have to have a sense of pride of belonging on where we're from at the end of the day. Because
Well, if they don't know that they told y'all African Americans, so y'all wouldn't think that y'all were from here, then y'all are fucking.
Hey, can I throw you a curveball?
throw me a curveball and then we're going to bring
and
in
I'm
Avo.
going to prove to you and Perez, you listening? That
Nigga, if you say my goddamn last name one more time, nigga, what the fuck? Shut up.
I'm sorry. He keeps saying it, so I keep saying it.
Hey, why you throwing me on the bus? I stopped like 4 minutes ago.
I was just calling you killer, but I'm gonna prove to both of y'all the FBA.
That nigga addressed me like I was back in jail. You the CO? Perez. Yo, Perez. I got a flashback, nigga. You know? The fuck is that?
I gotta contact you in all senses. But I'm gonna prove to y'all that FBA don't mind an African speaking for them. Y'all ready for it?
If you got it, let's see it.
Obama. So I don't want to hear nothing else. Y'all let that African speak for y'all for 8 years. Mic drop.
What?
Mic drop.
Yeah, Barack Obama. So you're saying that
That
niggas allowed.
nigga.
Now, in a certain point, I do agree with that position that niggas did go and vote for Barack Obama just because he was black and they weren't worried about lineage or anything like that.
So y'all allow it.
At a certain points we have Sheila E. Jackson. No, because you know why we don't allow it anymore? Because we gave. Listen, because you know why? Because this. Listen. For the fact that we gave it a chance shows the fact that Black Americans have exhibited the supreme effort of Pan-Africanism and showed an example of Pan-Africanism where you can get a non-Black American to run for office and Black Americans mobilize each other and white people on one accord.
Wait, pick me. Ooh, wait. I'm sorry, because you know I smoke good weed. I might forget my thought. Right?
Jump in before bringing Avo. Jump in.
I got a question because he threw Barack Obama out there, right? And you lucky I don't got my boo effect downloaded yet, nigga, because I wanted to hit the boo on you when you did that. Just so you know. Because wait,
grandparent, but he was not FBA. He was African.
Look, it don't even matter. The point is what I grasped from the whole Obama thing, and I'm guilty of it. And niggas who be trying to diss Obama now, y'all was with me when y'all went to vote for him just based on the fact that he black or a little bit of black. Now y'all want to take from his blackness, but he was black enough for y'all to vote for him. You know how many that was the first time I voted for that nigga, allegedly. I mean, that was the first time I voted ever in my life. Ever.
Nah, mine too.
A lot of people are like that.
Yeah.
Who was the first?
Y'all talking about Emmanuel Acho. He was born in Dallas. So if Obama got a right to speak for y'all and he not FBA, then he do too, because he was born in America too.
But what does that matter? That shit don't. Y'all know none of that shit matter.
It matters when you have
none of that shit matter.
No. It's where it matters. It matters when you feel like you can speak to white people on black issues when you don't even understand the black issues that you're speaking to American white people about. You're talking to them about racist situations.
Crackers. Yeah.
If you smoke these crackers, then why are you positioning yourself as a spokesman for race relations? Why don't you stick to sports and the things you know about? Why are you crowbarring yourself in a conversation that you don't have any position in? That's where I'm standing on it.
I get it.
Trying to be an expert on women's menstrual cycles because I don't have one makes me an expert to take the sting out of conversations with other men. What the hell am I talking about? So when you apply that same logic to this Nigerian coon, then you understand the illogical position he's taking by trying to be a spokesperson for a group of people that he doesn't identify with.
Right.